Alright, let's go back to my bar time student. Today we're back here on GTA 5 once again with another speed glitch for you guys today. And today we have a speed glitch for the Vapid Slamtruck. Now, the reason I've taken so long to post a speed glitch for this particular vehicle is because sometimes after a vehicle has been out for a little bit, if it has any problems with its suspension, which is the most common problem with some of the vehicles that they've released in the past, they will do a little patch, or they will clean up the vehicle a little bit and adjust its suspension. Now, it doesn't ever take away a speed glitch. If a vehicle had a speed glitch on its release date, it won't ever really take that speed glitch away from it. But sometimes when they do like a suspension revamp on that vehicle, it will either make the speed glitch a bit faster, or it will give it a speed glitch if it didn't have one originally, or sometimes it just won't do anything. So I wanted to wait just to see, because I know how much hate that is on this vehicle already, just because it is a somewhat flatbed tow truck that is completely useless because it doesn't work. Whenever you drive a car up onto it, it doesn't stay when you drive away, no matter what you do, no matter how you finesse the suspension, because this thing does have hydraulics, but it doesn't help at all. So I was hoping, and I was trying to give Rockstar the benefit of the doubt here, maybe they'll make this thing useful, but no. But at the end of the day, it's not a huge waste of money in my eyes, because I think it does look good for pictures. It's a pretty cool truck. There's decent customizations to it, but for the most part, it is completely useless, which sucks, because we've needed a tow truck or just something that can haul cars or something like that in GTA for the longest time. But it is what it is, man. So I'm going to quit rambling now. Let's get right up into the speed glitch, and in true Bar Times 2 fashion, of course, we are going to test this first before the glitch, and then once after the glitch has been applied, so that we can see kind of a speed comparison. So let's go ahead and hop in, and let's take this thing down the strip. For a utility vehicle, this thing is not that bad, honestly. And of course we can upgrade it, give it turbos, like a transmission upgrade, engine upgrades and whatnot, but it's really not that bad for a utility vehicle, honestly. It kind of surprised me a little bit, but it does like to stick at about 90 miles an hour, and I think it will only max out around like 95 to 100 at best. So see, we're kind of just topping out here. Alright, now let's go ahead and get right into the actual speed glitch itself. Now, if you're familiar with my channel and the speed glitches that I've posted in the past, this is a pretty prevalent way to do speed glitches in the game. There are multiple different ways for different cars that you can do speed glitches. It's not all just the same method, I promise you. If you think that, then you should definitely check out my playlists on my speed glitches, because there's a lot of ways to test if a vehicle has a speed glitch. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just pop both the front two tires here, and then we're going to drive around and wait for them to completely actually explode and come off of the rim. But yeah, I really wish that this tow truck had some kind of use. It is basically useless. It does not haul anything at all. Alright, we've got our tires off. We're going to go drive back over to our little drag strip. And I don't know, like, they could have done something with this hook right here, been able to hook it onto a car, kind of like the cargo bob, and then, like, pull the car up the ramp and then hold it in place with the hook itself. Like, there's so many opportunities they just missed with this vehicle, and it sucks, but it's Rockstar, what are you gonna do? Alright, now, to engage this speed glitch, it's, like I said before, it's a pretty prevalent method, you'll see it a lot, but you're gonna hold down on the brake and gas, so left trigger, right trigger, just whatever console you're on, if you're on PC, just basically just gas and brake. Do a little burnout. Now, I think this thing grips up after about 2.5 seconds or so. We're going to see real quick. Got 1, 2, 3, yeah, about a little over 2.5 seconds. I'm on fast counter, so give me a break. But alright, so you're going to hold down on both acceleration and gas, like I said, or the gas and brake. Do a little bit of a burnout. You're going to let go of the brake for about a little over 2.5 seconds, and then hold back down on the brake again, and you're going to be holding down on gas and brake for the entire length of whatever you're racing on. It's going to look something like this. Hold down on both gas and brake, let go of the brake, 1, 2, brake again, and you're holding both of these for the entire length of whatever you're racing on. This thing is a pretty slow acceleration for a speed glitch. However, sometime after a little bit of time, it'll get up there. Like right now, we're kind of getting up there. It's still a little slow, but like I said, this is a utility vehicle, so you do have to cut it some slack for that. However, we are kind of flying now. And we'll do another quick little version of this real quick. If you guys want to know how to quick stop like that, you just hold down on D-pad or however you get to your character menu. Swipe to one of the characters, let go of everything, exit right out, and you'll stop right in your place. Now, we're going to go ahead and see how fast this is in the actual interior view, just trying to see with the gauge cluster. Now, do keep in mind the gauges in this game are not very reliable for a lot of vehicles. Some of them just straight up just tell wrong readings. So we're going to go ahead and look at the speedometer in here, and we're just going to see how fast we're actually going. So like I said, gas and brake. Let go of brake for 2.5 seconds. Back on the brake. Now let's see. And yep, again, like most speed glitches, I think this thing stays right at like 40 miles an hour. Even though that is obviously a false reading because we're picking up speed. Oh, this one actually doesn't. This one actually does go up quite a bit. So, alright, we're picking up, It's acting like it's sticking out, and we're still going, Not too shabby. Well, we're already hitting 100, and that's not what we were doing without the speed glitch, so. Again, this is a infinite speed glitch, so this will work as long as whatever track you are racing on. So if you wanted to go into a, like, let's say like a created job where it's just literally like a straight track just across the entire map, this thing would probably continually pick up speed, but it will cap out at a particular speed. And I really want to say that this thing will, even just at the LSIA, I think that this thing easily hits probably about 150-ish, to be honest, because we're hitting 90 miles an hour without a speed glitch, and that was decently fast, especially for a utility vehicle. So I want to say that this thing probably hits around 150, and like I said, that is kind of my opinion, but being so involved with speed glitches and knowing a couple of the real speeds, like I go on Reddit quite a bit and just look up the real speeds of a lot of glitches, like say the Entity XF has the highest top speed for all the speed glitches in the game, and I think it's like a little over 300 miles per hour or something like that. So you kind of, once you've messed with the speed glitches for as long as I have, you can kind of get a relative understanding of how fast the car is compared to other cars. Now, I don't think this is the slowest speed glitch in the game, but it's definitely down there. The Rat Truck is definitely going to beat this thing, even though the Rat Truck is obviously one of the slower speed glitches. But it's not bad. Like I said, it is a utility vehicle. I don't think you're going to be beating most cars that are not glitched. Especially like supercars and stuff like that. They're already pretty quick. They're going to beat you off the launch because of how like long it takes for this thing to accelerate. On a longer track, like I said, like if you're in like a created race that's like across the entire map, this thing will probably beat everything. But if you're just like at LSIA or somewhere else along the map, I don't see this thing being too terribly fast. But again, it's still fun to do and it's still fun to mess around with. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and get a little sideways to see if we can. It may end up breaking the glitch, but we'll just see what we can do here. There's another good way to use this glitch for is drifting in some cars, if you don't know how to double clutch drift that much. Then, oh yeah, this thing's heavy though, really back end heavy. However, it is kind of fun to just throw around though, to be completely honest, but it is really, really heavy in the back. Maybe if we did, and do keep in mind that when you're doing this glitch, it does not work with any suspension combinations, so raising it up, lowering the front, lowering the back, side to side, anything like that, it will not work. You have to keep this thing just slammed to the ground for it to work, and I think it's because when you're doing this glitch, I think it messes with the rear wheel wells. Like some of the speed glitches, you have to kick in the back wheel wells, and that's kind of what engages that glitch for those tires to jump around. But yeah, this thing's pretty nice. And do also keep in mind that you're gonna want to have max engine upgrades, max transmission upgrades, max braking, a turbo, And that's pretty much it. Everything else is kind of up to you, but yeah, this thing's pretty fun. Honestly, if you mess with it enough, you could probably get decently good at drifting it. Like I said, if you don't know how to double clutch drift, I eventually really do want to make a whole series on how to double clutch drift in the game. And yes, for all my car guys out there, I know that double clutching in this game is nothing like real life, but it's the term. The only reason I do use the term is because of how widely it's used across the community. Like, if you say double clutch, somebody already, like, everyone will know what you're talking about in GTA, rather than saying mid-drive, like a mid-drive speed boost or something like that. That is the only reason I use the term double clutch. Trust me, I hate that people say it too, but it is what it is. When we are doing it in the drifting, when we're speaking of the term in as far as like drifting goes, though, I do like to call it clutch kick instead, because it's pretty close to a clutch kick. But like I said, with that, it's been your boy Bar times 2. I'm sorry this video took so long to get out, but I love you guys, and thank you guys so much for watching, and with that, I'll catch you guys in the next one, so peace out.